The Starland Vocal Band Show will not be seen tonight, so that we bring you this special presentation. Yeah, getting hopefully earlier start on this whole thing. So before I fire up the game, though, I think need to address a few things. I think Jimmy Kimmel, something that Tom over at Minute Edge pointed out, because until you actually have worked in radio and you get the FCC license, I'm not sure where mine is. It's around somewhere in a wallet, but yeah. Crying freedom of speech doesn't go. There are limitations if you expect to keep that license, because you can't just shoot off whatever the hell you want without possibly getting some repercussions, because you're licensed to in the public interest. Really, that is a phrase. It's in the public. If it's not in the public interest, you got problems. Especially if it's one thing if you're doing a joke. Jimmy Kimmel wasn't doing a joke. He was stating something as fact that was demonstrably false. And the path that Kimmel took, I think probably he didn't quite appreciate what he walked into. But it's like, no, you can't just shoot over the threat to it might have been better if the FCC had stayed out of it, but the thing is, there is a legitimate cause for concern there, so he wasn't necessarily out of line either. But the market was already correcting. Okay, the Nexstar and Sinclair had already made their opinion very clear on the thing. It's like, get him to knock it off, or we're not carrying your show anymore. And Kimmel didn't quite get the memos. Okay, that's it. You're off the air. It's not a freedom of speech issue. Freedom of speech just means you won't get arrested. Congress shall pass no law restricting the freedom of speech, yada, yada, yada. But, as we kept hearing about when Tucker Carlson got run off, or Roseanne got it's a private company. They can do what they want. Guess what? It's a private company. If Kimmel's out, he's out. But a couple days later, then suddenly Colbert decides to shoot his mouth off. We're all Jimmy Kimmel now. No, we're not all Jimmy Kimmel. Unless we're referring to yourself in the royal we. And I don't think Colbert has really thought this through, because Sinclair and Nexstar also own CBS stations scattered around. So guess what? Don't be surprised if Colbert is not on the air Monday. His show's canceled anyway. So it's not like they're really losing a whole lot. So it's going to be, it's like the heads of Sinclair and Nexstar will be calling the head of CBS next. Said, shut them up, or we're not carrying your show. And again, the networks do not own enough of their own stations to make up for that. They need the affiliates. That's why the whole system is in the first place. So yeah, if they move it, and again, FCC won't say a damn thing. The precedent's been set, and the fact that Colbert's already been canceled, they're just running out the contract at this point. It'll be real simple. No, that's it. You're out. You're on suspend. And thing is, something that's been mentioned, I think it was on WWE Pro, they're talking about how Kimmel has not technically been fired. He's still under contract, but that could be also a tactic of, as long as you're under contract, odds are there's a little clause in there saying you can't say shit. If they're fired him, then he could start a podcast and they're going on nuts. But as long as he's still under contract, no, you can't do that. And they mentioned that was kind of what was going on with Tucker Carlson. When he got, they had him under contract for a long time, so he couldn't do much. So I don't think Colbert really thought this through. So yeah, don't be surprised if the Late Show with Stephen Colbert does not air Monday, and they start running repeat, either Letterman, or hell, Gunsmoke, or all that, anything, all in the a couple, all in the Family thing or Jeffersons, anything in the back catalog, but the Late Show, because it's like, no, that he was already losing money as it was. The fact that you're now pissing off the President of the United States and the Federal Communications Commission, it's like you're giving them, you're giving them avenues to get rid of your money losing ass. Okay. And it's going to be right back to the way it was before. The only late night show left will be the Tonight Show. Fallon has already shown that he's got enough sense to start backing off on it. The fact that he had Greg Gutfeld on. Don't be surprised if they book President Trump or J.D. Vance on there soon. They're really saying, we really didn't want to go along with this. It was all those guys, kind of trying to keep up. Please don't hurt us. Seth Meyers, I don't think he's got the same instinct. And late night is not that much of an institution. Tonight Show is. Tonight Show goes back to Steve Allen and Jack Parr and, of course, Johnny. It's like, so he's like, the show is enough of an institution. The host, not so much. And it's still because remember when Conan O'Brien got kind of unceremoniously shoved aside to make way for Leno to come back, he had a good attitude. It's like, for about a year and a half, I was the host of the Tonight Show. They can't take that away from me. It's like, doesn't matter how it comes out. He's like, hey, I was the host of the Tonight Show. It's kind of like when I had my finally got a music show up at KGNU for one night. For that night, because every other station in town was automated. At most, an intern is running the thing, but there was not a live jock anywhere in town. It was either a syndicated show from somewhere else or just automated. I was the voice of Denver Boulder and the Denver Boulder market for that night, from midnight to 3. I was the only live jock on there right now. Just that I could tell. Real good responses from people calling. Hey, it's the best music ever heard this station. So yeah, can't take that away from me. Real big vindication for me because I hadn't cracked open a live mic in a music show in close to 20 years. So hey, I'll take it. All right, with that, let's go ahead and bring in the game. But yeah. Colbert is being done. You can kind of make a bit of an allowance for Kimmel being caught up in the moment and pushing ahead with what he had planned, but there's been a few days since then, and Colbert should definitely know better. After it's already been pointed out that what Kimmel pointed out, said was demonstrably false. He lied about a major news story to mislead the audience. That is a blatant violation of FCC regulations. It wasn't told in the form of a joke. It was stated as fact. And as such, he endangered the licenses of every station that carried that show. Because you're not allowed to do that. And Colbert comes on, and it was right. And he just did the same damn thing. And guess what? Every CBS station that carried it is in the same boat now, including several by Nexstar owned by Nexstar and Sinclair. So again, guess what the next phone call they're going to make is? Yeah. Especially, they're already in trouble. They're bringing Barry Weiss to start straightening out CBS News. This is an easy call for whoever's in charge of CBS now. You're out. The Tonight Show is effectively suspended. Well, the late night is the late show is officially off the air. No, you're not fired. You're still in a contract, which means you can't say shit. Go home, count your money, Go order some more comic books or something, but otherwise, shut the hell up. Okay, where are we at here? He needs to figure Colbert was at least, kind of smart. He's an idiot. Instead of just just run out just run out just do the rest of the run, shut the hell up, and count yourself. Like, no, let's poke the bear with a big pointy stick. And yeah, don't be surprised if the next statement from CBS is like, no, the Late Show is off. Is off. It is suspended, and they will explicitly state right at the bat, this is why. Statements by Mr. Colbert endangered the licenses of every CBS station affiliate that aired that last night, and we cannot tolerate that. It's freedom of speech. He can say whatever he wants, but he does not have a right to a network TV show. And broadcasting on the public airways. It's been a long-standing ruling. So you get that old FCC license, or you're working under an FCC license that carries a certain obligation and regulations attached to it, and you can't say certain things. You can't purport something is false as a news story. You cannot mislead the audience. Okay. It was kind of the fallout from the War of the Worlds broadcast back in the 30s, when everyone thought we were actually being invaded by Martians. They had that certain regulations came down saying that if you're going to do something, you have to have it labeled very, very clearly. And the certain, because I think it was also CBS. Basically, on that night, Mercury Theater producing H.G. Orson Welles producing their dramatic of H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds. And the way it was presented, it was like set up, and then very clearly stated front, and then going to like you're hearing dance music from high atop the hotel, such and such. Problem. Unless you cut it from the very beginning. And the number one show at the time was Charlie McCarthy. Edgar Bergen and Charlie McCarthy over on NBC or something. And it was a repeat that week. So what happened in most cases is they tune it in and find out, screw that. I don't want to hear. I heard the show already. What's on CBS? They missed the disclaimer up front. That there's a dramatic. They just dance music. And then we have me a report. So it's very well staged. Sounding like news reports of something happening in Grover's Mill, New Jersey, and then and very competently done. Sounds like news reports. And again, people are what the hell's going on doing? And they're nobody sits there stock still paying attention to it, even radio. They've got it on in the background. They're doing other things. And one of the factors is this one guy comes on. Supposed to be some kind of local politician. But the way he's saying, the way he's delivering his lines and the accent he's using sounded a lot like FDR. And they hear that. They missed the part where this is the local council or something. No, they hear that. Oh my God, that's the president. This is fucking real. And panic ensues. And as a result, there were some rules changes. And that's when you're doing stuff like that. Hi. Wrong time to go AFK. All right. Seriously? All right, and all right, and there's Rita. All right. Damn it. We want a lot closer than that, for Christ's sake. Come on, God damn it. Huh. Take that. Oh, for God's sakes. There we go. Okay, tell you what. That's. Where's the asshole? Okay. One more will do it. Better get better bang for your buck that way. All right. Okay. Oh, come on, Lisa. Come on, you. Okay. Okay. That one. Okay, that's enough. Stop it. Okay. First time I've seen that guy. What the hell they do? They close off the door? Hmm. 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 No more launch pad. Oh well. Launch rail. I mean, granted, it was a far cry from what it was, but not to go in the right direction anyway for the situation. But it was fun. I'm definitely racking up the eliminations this time. Ah, you weasel dick son of a bitch. Hmm. Jesus. Hang on here for, well, maybe not. Damn it. Son of a bitch. Great. Grappling's not working. Great. This is just peachy. Clear by the first order. Yeah. I'm going to go a little OG here. Not going that way. Shit. Motherfucker. Let him wonder. There we go. Nice way to start off the game. Let's take this back to the main thing. Now I leveled up once. I'm hoping when the still on when the item shop finally renews, the Batmobile will make an appearance and we can make that purchase. As it is, unless I have a table set up over here. Oh, we got getting some model stuff. I have to drag the camera over and show that off. Nope, not yet. Yeah, one more. And of course, we'll be getting that. So. All right, let's look at the quests. How'd we do? Got one in the dailies. We're beyond 35. So. As for this, 14 eliminations to go there for that. That's going to be a few rounds at least. So let's get back in there. There's also characters. Actually, no, it's just to pick a location. I don't know where I'm coming in. Just take care of these unknown characters. Remember the I know 4 rangers are in there. Let's see what I got here. Not yet. I don't know anybody in Hawthorne, California. Talk to the machine. Okay. Okay. And yeah, I do like a glider that seems a little more organic to the character. Not so it just sort of pops out of nowhere. Oh, it's down there. Okay. There we go. Now what is making the noise down here? Bitch. Hi. Yeah, why not? I gotta spend some bucks anyway. Okay, the mandolin is working. All right. And she does the splashes. Good. Anything else I need to worry about here? All right. Indication of where? No. Just keep it on foot for now. We still ain't got. Actually, no. Well, there is one goodies up here. Hold on. How would I get up there? There you are. Where are we going? It's not that far. Nope, someone already grabbed him. All right, you. Somebody get stepped on? Motherfucker! That's when they're kicking him out. Oh well. Let's let this play a bit. All right. Okay. Waiting for something to connect. While we're waiting. Let's see what else got going on here. Change my credit card score. All right. A little bit of oh, damn it, come on. turn the bit down. Yeah. Huh. Now let's plot a bit here. All right. Make it quick. And it won't let me get to. All right. Find more guys, more characters, and have to plan ahead, apparently. Okay. Yeah. Kind of hard to nail that, the precision of it. It's didn't quite level up yet. Oh, hey, Daniel. Let's go ahead and get that up. Come on. There we go. Try it again. There we go. All right. I don't know where they thought they'd get the idea. We're going to make Jimmy Kimmel our martyr. Jimmy Kimmel can still go home and hug his kids. Still go home, and argue with his wife. Charlie Kirk doesn't have that, particular luxury. So don't even try and compare the two. Jimmy Kimmel got shit canned because he lied on the public airwaves. And as such, put a lot of people's jobs in jeopardy. basically endangered the jobs of people not, working for a show, but also everyone who worked for a ABC station. I think we're just going to get out of here. Let's just drive around a bit. I don't do this very often. Just the simple pleasure of getting in the car and drive, No, I don't need two of them. I'll get it leveled up. Just a couple more drums. Okay. And I think it's time to go. Hold on. Darn it. It's one of those things you gotta be there or you ain't gonna get it. Like Superman or Godzilla. Okay. Hmm. Does anybody come out here anymore? Huh? Right. Hmm. Hmm. Let's hold on that for a bit. $13 players. 12 players. 10 players left. Nine. Who's making the noise? A low on that. Yeah. Fine, take it. You become the target. Okay, let's get back to the lobby. I'm going to skip that. Okay. Let's take care of that. Two times, and we are closer than one. Okay. Got the dailies now. Let's take a look at them. What are we doing in the match? Over there at the other end of the bridge. Ow. At this point, I'm not that concerned. My other questions. Fill out the character sheet, the character encounter sheet. But yeah, it's one thing station owners are very particular about is protecting that license. You threaten that license, you are toast. At best, you're suspended. Tom told a story about he got suspended just for playing a song one too many, or playing the wrong song a few times. I got suspended for a stunt I pulled and one. It wasn't anything big, just a little off color. So I got a week suspension. Student station. So another big deal, but still. You learn, no. First Amendment license of the station, okay? So, and what Kimmel did was threaten the licenses of every station in the ABC network, both owned by ABC and the affiliates, And again, station owners don't like that. They don't care who you are. You threaten their license, you are mud to them. There you are. Pink Ranger? No, Red Ranger. Okay. All right. And yes, I will grab one of these. I'll be good. Throw it where I'm having to backtrack. Okay. Ooh, a car. All right. Let's gas up, get a few repairs. Come back for that. Okay. Whoa! Little fucker. Well, that's one level up. Let's see. All right. All right. What is that here? Tell you what. Take that one out of the way. There, and there. That helps. So I found the Yellow Ranger, found the Red Ranger. Now I'm going to find the other two. The three. Black Ranger, I guess. Yes, I'm gonna hire him. Okay. All right. Okay. Definitely has its uses. Shield would be nice. I'm not waiting, running around the soup all day. No car. Okay. If there was, so did that. Just one. Okay. Okay, what's this one here? I like my purple lightning. This one. Where? You're dumb. Where the hell is it? I heard. A bell. There we go. Alright, I already got a blade blast. Alright. Okay, time to go. And that's a ways off. Yeah, it's too far away on foot. Okay. 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 Hmm. Okay, let's go on to see where we're at. Not quite there, but let's see. Look. Yeah, one more. I'll get, Panda out of the way. And then we move on to the next one, which is, it's going to be V-Bucks first. And some other junk. Another 100. I've got a loading screen. Big one is up here. Number 200 to grab. I had nothing that going on, but it's working to grab. Okay. So let's look at this again here. What do we got left? Okay. I got these. One up here, one up there, one up here. Get the one higher. A bit of a cluster. I don't think it'll do much longer, but yeah. Just a quick peek on what's going. Doesn't look like it's reset yet. What I might do, start doing stuff is just somehow clip that camera like right here in the collar. And then something of a POV shot. I'm guessing there's somebody new up there with the generals. Yeah, talk to her. Get a bang bang. You bastard. Now I gotta take her out. I don't like her. Yuts. Hmm. Smart player. Wait till they make a noise, then start doing stuff. All right. All right. Let's try this again now. Characters. Whoop. Ah, yeah. I'm trying to wrap it up once I'm done with this. And as I can find this new character before someone shoots me. It makes me very angry. Ugh. Okay, who we got? Yeah. That. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, why it's sticking like that? Is that a ranger I see before me? Hi. All right. We can't do anything. Okay. All right. Oh, better. And okay, something else to do here. Yep. Nice if there's a chopper around here. Yeah. Well, now I find the damn thing. All right. Where are we? That one. Come on. There we go.
Destroy Megazord and you will be rewarded.
What are you doing? I didn't hit you. All right. Well, we know where to shoot at. Get back to the mommy. Take care of that. What the hell just happened here? Come on, connect. Okay. All right, so let's get over here. Well, then with your panda. Got that out of the way, so next I'm going to do this row. But that will probably have to wait for next time because I am tired. And we've already been doing it for hour 48, so we're going to go and wrap it up here. So, this week has been a pain in the butt no matter what how you slice it. It's really hard to kick back and have some fun with the freaking morons keep screwing things up for us. And with that, that's it. If something happens later, like, Raquel decides to do a game, jump in and hopefully the item shop will update and we can get the Batmobile. Start some fun with that. In the meantime, we will talk.
Spider-Man, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Well, the man is ignored. Action is reward to him. Life is a great big bang up. Whenever there's a hang up, you'll find